Hello, welcome everybody back with another video with Fundx Funder One. Guys, thank you for coming to watch us talk about some new current events. My name is Matthew Daniel, and I'm always accompanied by Mr. Ced Celestin. Hey, Ced, how are you today?
Very good. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent, man. I'm happy to be back here with you and talking about some major events happening out there in the crypto world and happening with Funder
Yes,
One.
sure.
So life is good, man. How are things on your side?
Good, good. Well, things are going very well. Very well. It's just a matter of us now trying to finish up with the process and try to get those our members going so they can move in their projects.
Well,
That's basically where we are right now.
yeah, no, we're very excited. I mean, if you guys know in our last video, we had some funding that was coming in, and we're very excited to start getting that process going with everybody. So everybody hang in there, and this is going to be a fun time, fun end of the summer for everybody that's been a part of this program, and for everybody that's been hearing about us. We're excited to get you in line and getting part of your project going as well. So. But before we get into some other updates, let's talk about some current events, right? We got some things that are happening in the crypto space that are pretty crazy. So the one of the major ones that we've been talking about, I mean, we've been finding it, just crazy. I mean, this is something that nobody saw coming, snuck up on everybody. We have so many, crypto experts out there, that they know everything, but nobody saw that El Salvador was going to make Bitcoin
Yes,
the legal tender. I mean, man, talk
yes.
about sneaking up, right? I mean, you have major countries in this space, the crypto space, talking about Switzerland, Malta, Southeast
Mexico.
Mexico, and who was it? Little El Salvador came out, right? So their government, they came out and said that, hey, look, we want to make Bitcoin a legal tender. They voted for it. And the voting process went through. So everything happened within a week's time, So their democracy really is in favor of making Bitcoin part of their currency. Now, the U.S. currency will still be part of their currency with the peso, but they also want to tag along, Bitcoin to be a part of it. So
Bitcoin.
what are your thoughts on it, Ced?
Man, this is actually it's beautiful to see that happen the way it happened. Overnight, as you just mentioned, nobody saw it coming. I mean, just overnight. You see, last weekend that they had a big meeting with Bitcoin. Remember that conference in Florida, in Miami,
Mm-hmm.
and the man announced it that he was going to do it, and a couple of days later, Monday, Tuesday, it was approved
No.
by the board. So that was beautiful. And now we have all of the neighborhood countries like Mexico. You see, they say they want a piece of it. They want to do the same thing. You have Paraguay. They want to do the same thing. You have Nicaragua, Brazil. You see, I'm talking about South America by itself, even though Mexico is not part of South America, they in North America, but South America by itself, Panama, all of them decided to make Bitcoin their legal tender. Now, I didn't expect them to announce that were going to make Bitcoin their legal tender. I thought they were going to say, okay, we approve Bitcoin to be used in our country. You see the difference?
Oh, yeah.
Now they go all the way.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and the way it sound, they had it set up in El Salvador as Bitcoin to be the first and the dollar to be the second. You see that? That's the way it sound because they said they still want to have the dollar.
Yeah,
You see that? So which means their main legal tender is Bitcoin.
that's right.
So this is beautiful. This is good for our platform because right now we're talking with some of the people over there in El Salvador and Bolivia. As you know, we were in Bolivia not too long ago to talk about some of the banking platform. But We can also, we're talking about within the same area. I mean, in South America. We can also show presence in all those countries so we can actually spread out the message of what we have, or our platform. So we can actually do the same thing, you see.
Yeah,
So that's great news.
it is great news. And part of the bill that passed so quickly was, El Salvador, they're saying, they had a lack in technology resources, and
Mhm.
they had a more tax debts in their country than other South American countries. So they thought by adding this as a legal tender, they would attract more businesses to come there. They would be able to allow people
Exactly.
their earnings in cryptocurrency to actually pay their tax deficits. I mean, these are
Mhm.
things that other countries should be looking at, other than just making it will be a taxable currency, but also thinking about the gains that people are making. They could pay off their debts, with their gains. So,
Of course.
their government is,
And also,
yeah,
we're talking about the unbankable.
yeah. I was just going to get to that.
You see,
That's right. Yeah, no, go ahead.
that's very important for them
Yeah, it
because
is.
they have the majority of the country is unbankable.
70,
So they feel that
70%. Yeah, to be
to be
exact.
exact, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So that's what that was the focus. And they feel that with the banking system, the way it's centralized makes it almost impossible for those type of countries to grow
Yeah.
because it's controlled by one entity, right? Versus with cryptocurrency or Bitcoin, as they call it, you see, they think that they feel that it's going to open the door for all their people,
That's right.
so they can use it, and they can be bankable. They can be out there, making money, basically. And poverty is one of the things that cryptocurrency will help. You see,
No, yeah,
because nobody controls how much they can have.
it's true. One of the other kind of finished talking about it, but one of the other main perks that El Salvador jumped all over is, and we'll get to a couple of topics about it, was for mining, right? I mean, for some of us that are in the crypto space, we know that China has shut down Bitcoin mining, at least momentarily, whatever that means, maybe forever. They always threaten that. But let's assume that they shut it down forever. Well, El Salvador says that they have the technology or ability to build power technology with their volcanoes, which is quite interesting. It's called oh gosh, I should know this. I forget. It's thermo something technology, where actually the steam comes out of the ground, goes into a transmitter, and actually creates energy with that steam coming from the volcanoes. And they want to be able to use those natural resources and power Bitcoin mining machines with them. So again, that's their push. That's why they're trying to bring other technologies there, and they're going to do it. I mean, this is a big deal. So, and just staying really current with them right now. They're working with all their major banks right now. They're working with the World Bank. We saw this morning. They're trying to push things through with World Bank. As we know, banks can be very finicky with cryptocurrency, right? They want to make sure that they understand their position exactly with how their current business and their platform, how it'll work with cryptocurrency. So we'll see how things work out with El Salvador, and World Bank is one of their first choices. So in other news, I will also bring up, as I just mentioned, the Chinese mining has come to a halt, and it's a big deal. I mean, that was a big deal with I'm going to call it the crypto crash this last month, but the price definitely did come down. There's no denying that. It came down about 40% across the board, and a big part of that was, well, multitude of reasons, but a big play in that was because of the Bitcoin mining. And as Sed mentioned earlier, Miami had a huge Bitcoin event. They're calling it the world's biggest Bitcoin event because the world's opening up again, and they held it first, right? So it was actually a successful event. The mayor,
Yes.
yeah, the mayor of Miami is, my goodness, he is a super pro Bitcoin and currency for their state. and they are pushing hard to bring over as much companies. And El Toro moved over there. There's whispers that Coinbase may want to make a presence over there, and obviously there'll be many to follow in regards to that. But as far as the mining issue right now, which it is a problem, but the mayor just announced that they will allow the Chinese miners to come over and use their
Wow.
nuclear power. So
Wow.
I didn't know that, but apparently Miami has clean nuclear power, and the mayor, Mr. Suarez, wants to make Miami the capital of Bitcoin mining for the official hub. It's clean nuclear energy supply, and they want North America to take over what basically
China drop off.
Chinese kicked out, right? So it's
That's it.
it's an opportunity for the states to take a bigger position in cryptocurrency. And man, I can't wait to see what's going to happen there. I mean, we're talking about all of these alternative energies that are now coming into place to play a big part of the backbone of what allows the currency side of these blockchain mechanisms to move. And Miami wants to be a big part of that. So I'm really excited to see what happens there. We said we're talking about a little bit earlier, keep it in the States now for a little bit, is Texas. The governor came out and he says that they're going to start allowing the biggest ATM machine, I believe it's called CoinCloud, to come out and put their ATM machines in all of their major supermarkets. Guys, I mean, you can start seeing the trend here. I mean, first it started with the institutions making the noise. I mean, JP Morgan, Chase, you have, Morgan Stanley, you have all these guys, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they're all making a position in blockchain. All of those articles started going out about a year ago, and now you're starting to see the trickle down effect. You're starting to have the mayors and governors and politicians getting involved, positioning themselves, and now you're having the next layer of, retail stores, and corporations figuring out their piece of the puzzle in this whole cryptocurrency. And it's interesting to see this article that came out yesterday saying that Texas is now going to allow these ATM machines to come in and start allowing people to use Bitcoin and Ethereum, Dogecoin, Litecoin, and they said some DeFi coins they're going to start allowing them to use too. So this is all great news, guys, because when Fundx rolls out as a top 3 coin, which we intend to be,
that's the plan.
You guys will be able to do the same thing, right? So being able to use, our own Fundx card and swiping it at grocery stores or, wherever you want to use it, right? So this is the world.
Talking about card, you want to go over that Coinbase card?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we just see how easy it is to jump in crypto space. Things are moving so fast, guys. Let's talk about. Well, I don't know about anybody else out there. I just finally got word from Coinbase. I think it was about June 11th, I believe. They sent out an email for everybody that pre-ordered their ATM cards, their debit credit cards with Coinbase. You're going to get them next week. This is a big crypto space.
It's big, it's huge.
I mean, it's a piece of the puzzle that the banks were looking for, right? Is be able to create credit with cryptocurrency, being able to leverage it, right? I mean, this is what we're looking to do here, and Coinbase will be one of the first. Said brought to my attention the other day that Crypto.com is already doing this, and we're looking at them to see all the details. But Crypto.com is not Coinbase, guys. Crypto.com is on the come up. But Coinbase is the big boy, at least in the United States, right? So, I got my card. We're all going to get our cards, and we're all going to watch very closely on how this process is going to work with them, right? I mean, basically, any coin that is listed on Coinbase right now, you can basically go to their app. You can say, I want to use, my Wave coin, or I want to use my Ethereum, or in the future, I want to use my Fundx and then swipe and use that card wherever you're at. And guys, again, this is where we're moving. You're going to be able to leverage your assets. You can use it as an ATM or use it as a credit. And this is the future of cryptocurrency. And it's not sitting there stagnant. When the market comes back and recovers, which it will, it's going to continue to go up, and all of your assets are going to be making money, and you're going to be spending your earnings. So this is where we should be moving. This is why cryptocurrency was made. All the banks want to get involved. We're starting to see the products that are coming out of it, and this is huge news. So
you also want to talk about us being listed, listed as price right now in Coinbase, to let the people know that we're on our way for Fundx to be listed and trading in Coinbase.
You guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? I was going to let Sid make the announcement, but I'll go ahead and say it, Sid, since you won't, right? Yes, guys, we have a preview listing, is what we're calling it, on Coinbase right now. So you can literally go to coinbase.com on your app, on your phone, or on the internet, on your browser. Go to the search bar and put in FUNDX, and you will find Funder One's coin on there, guys. We have officially been pre-previewed as we're going to start the process of getting listed onto Coinbase. We are putting together a due diligence package and are looking to get on there ASAP. This is something that obviously has always been a part of our strategy here. And, rather than just talking about it, you guys are starting to see the work that we've been putting in there. So again, yeah, you guys can go to Coinbase, search FUNDX, hit the My Favorite star, and you guys will be able to see us on there every time you open up your app, right at the top, watching our price there. So now you have some options. You can go to CoinMarketCap. You see us there. You can go to CoinGecko, or you can go to Coinbase. I know a lot of us like Coinbase because we have the app on there anyhow, so you can follow and track us there. So over the next couple of months, as capital continues to come in through relationships, we will start the process of getting listed on there. So that is a very exciting piece of the journey for us because, we're in the US. You definitely want to be on Coinbase. As you guys hear, the card, they have the credit card now. That's something that, a year and a half ago, me and Seb were talking about. We got to come up with a credit card. This is where the future is for Fundx. Coinbase beat us to it. Okay, they're worth a couple of billion, so we're going to be right behind them here shortly. But they got a little bit of a head start, so we're going to watch them, what they're doing, and either work with them in regards to using their card or come up with something that works better for all of our members in our platform. But it's good to see that this is the momentum and this is the direction that this market space we foresaw was going to go. And it is, with the biggest players in the market. So that's big news. Do you want to add anything there, Sid?
Well, the super plus on that is that once we've finished with the listing with Coinbase, our members will have that ATM and or credit card, and they can actually use that credit card or ATM card with the whatever Fundx that they have in there.
Yeah.
That's the same way that Coinbase has it set up. So we have to finish with the listing. Once that's done, because it's, just like anything else, they want to make sure that we have the liquidity with them so we can, the clients or members, they can go on and use their ATM card so they can use the Fundx that they have in account. So everything that we talk about, as you just mentioned, because we've been talking about that since last year, about the ATM card and credit card issue. But now we have Coinbase, and we are going to be listed on that platform to be trading, right? But at the same time, the members that have Fundx in their wallet, they'll be able to use it as legal tender. Can we call it that? Now, not only that, now we're not putting aside the members that have Fundx, UBETs, right? The members that have UBETs, once we finish with their project, right, we'll be able to transfer as scheduled. to their wallet as Fundx, and will they be able to do the same thing? So nobody gonna be left out. Whether you have Fundx or UBETs, you see, after you fund your project, you'll be able to use your Fundx or your coins in that platform on Coinbase, and just like everybody else.
Yeah,
That's
no,
great news.
that is great news, you know, and for those that don't know anything and everything about Coinbase, look them up, you know, do your own search on them. But, you know, they just went public on the New York, NASDAQ about, 2 months ago. They're doing pretty good.
Yes,
And
doing very good.
yeah, so they've proven to be sustainable in the market. And, you know, as soon as this card comes out, hey, you know, I don't solicit stocks, but hey, you might want to look at that one as the price may go up. For sure there. It looks like, Coinbase has positioned themselves to do quite well in the market after this card starts to get going. And, you know, since we're talking about, American exchanges and going public,
Exactly.
there's another one. The second biggest U.S. exchange is called Kraken. And Kraken is following Coinbase's footsteps, and they're going to become the next US-based crypto exchange that's going to be publicly traded. And we're starting to see a trend here, guys. That means the US is fighting with the SEC. They want crypto to stay here. You're having these companies, I mean, which is great, right? I mean, it's easy to just say, you know what? Let's go to the UK. Let's go to Australia. No, we have people in this country that want crypto to be here, not avoid it, hit it straight on and say, look, we have something that needs to be here. We have a company that needs to, we have an exchange. We have other coins that need to be here. And we're having these huge exchanges like Coinbase and Kraken, not just talk about it, but actually do it. I mean, they've listed one successfully listing on NASDAQ, which everybody was like, there's no way in hell that's going to happen. Well, they're wrong. It did happen. So Kraken is next in line, and they're looking to do it in 2022. And, this was announced on Bloomberg TV and from their CEO, and that'll be another big event for the crypto world, more so in the United States. So we're going to continue to see this happen. We're going to continue to see all this momentum. We're trying to bring other countries to work with their crypto here, which, it's not been this way, guys. It's been United States, and we all move our crypto projects outside of the country.
Mm-hmm.
So we're starting to see the opposite of that. And man, I'm going to tell you that means a lot to me, right? Because I've been in this space for quite some time now, and there's always you read about the threats of the U.S. and everything, and I think we're starting to see a lot of U.S. regulators and politicians and the right people just really start understanding what cryptocurrency and blockchain's benefits really are, and not so much let it just be about the benefit, but actually how this for them and their platform, but more so how this can benefit everybody. I think they're starting to understand if the more you fight it, the more they'll push away what they can actually benefit from it, right? And
Exactly.
So you want to add anything
Now,
there?
one key thing that we know about the cryptocurrency platform is that right now it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, right? Now, if any country, specifically America, were to let it go somewhere else, can you see how much money, tax money, that they're going to lose? So it doesn't make sense. So it makes actually better sense for them to adjust, because that's what it is, right? And tax everybody if that's not what they need to do, you see? Because as long as you're using your cryptocurrency to buy anything else, of course, if there's tax that needs to be paid, it needs to be paid, you see? Because the way I see it, cryptocurrency is not going anywhere. Blockchain is not going anywhere. So therefore, we need to embrace it. For some of us, it may be new, but again, that's why we have kids, we have grandkids, and talk to them about learning You see how that works. Because this is a great thing for all of us, because by using cryptocurrency, you become independent. You're not depending on a third party to do anything. Because as I said, blockchain is a peer-to-peer transaction. There's no third party, you see? So this is a great thing, which means nobody can mess with your money. If you sign something, it is yours. There's no bank stuff. It doesn't belong to the bank. So they need to understand that. So once they understand that part of it and see how cryptocurrency open the door for them to actually do better for their family, you see, they will actually get in it and take the benefit of what cryptocurrency is doing right now.
No, it's true. And, you know, a lot of things that, you know, well, no, no, you're absolutely right about that, said. And, you know, and we'll talk about some other little topics here. There was another big exchange, or a lot of exchange news out there right now. You're starting to see a lot of different crackdowns on exchanges all over the world. I think that, you know, this thing is, because I guess we can say that crypto has finally been officially worldly accepted. I think it's safe to say that.
Yes,
And,
it's safe, very safe.
yeah, and everybody is finally saying that this is real. It's not just gambling. You know, it is becoming a more and more real currency, and people are figuring out how to. Well, they figured out how to leverage it. But you know, one thing that happened with Huobi, which is the second or third world's largest exchanges, they stopped allowing new users and existing users to trade derivatives on there. And you know, that's interesting that they allowed them to or they're not going to allow them to do that anymore on Huobi, because for those that aren't familiar with derivatives, you can basically leverage on their exchange your assets, and they were promising 125x on Huobi.
Oh,
And in some cases, for certain people, they were getting that 125x. And you know, Huobi stopped that. They actually lowered it all the way down to 5x. And so that means you're going to have all these huge derivative traders wanting to put their money somewhere else. So I think a lot of that is going to come to the US, and obviously Binance is going to take a huge chunk of it. But derivative trading is going to become more and more as a favorable exchange. I also think that El Salvador is really going to push on that as well, so they can leverage crypto assets through their banking systems. That's, you know, something that Huobi was geniuses at, is being able to leverage their crypto assets through their relationships. I'm not sure what happened there and why they put a halt on it, but at the end of the day, we have a huge chunk of the market that was using Huobi exclusively for that are going to move somewhere else. So we're going to see a big shift here shortly in the crypto space. And, you know, it's crazy seeing, you know, all the different adjustments with all the exchanges, you know, and for everybody that thinks the market does dictate crypto, obviously the market is a big factor, but the reality is it's really the exchanges, guys. The exchanges
yes.
are the biggest factor with, you know, which allows the dictation of the crypto market, really, because when they're affected, they affect the traders, which drops daily volume, which has people pull out, and the price drops because everybody's trying to pull it out at the same time. So, you know, so exchanges have a huge effect on the marketplace. And as we said on our last meeting, we're going to have our own exchange and our own blockchain. You know, so we'll have the, you know, so the future of Fundx and UBETs and our coins will be in our hands, right? So we make sure we stay in full compliance and that we're 3 steps ahead, not waiting for someone to come talk to us. We make sure we're ahead talking to them, making sure we're doing everything
Exactly.
that we can. Because as we always say, this project's bigger than me, it's bigger than Sid, it's bigger than our board, it's bigger than everybody. This is something.
All of us combined.
Yeah, go ahead.
All of us combined.
It is. You know, this is a project that can help everybody, because as Seth always says, this is for everybody needs to lay their head down in a home, and that's what this project is geared for. So so that's how we look at it. We may not have all the answers today, but we're working on to get them tomorrow. So it's an ever-going event. This is such an exciting space. We've come such a long way, and it's really exciting to see where we're going to be. And I don't even want to look at it from a year from now. And if you want to just look a week ahead, right? Because everything changes so fast.
Yes,
But in any case,
exactly.
so yeah, so I think we hit some really important topics here. I think we've seen a lot of growth in this market space in just the last couple of weeks since we were last on a video, and exciting to see where we're going to be in our next video in the next couple of weeks. So.
Now, one thing we probably want to brush on is about investors. Investors right now, they have more interest with what we're doing because they see us on Coinbase, they see us on Market Cap, they see us on CoinGecko. Now they can see, just like any other cryptocurrency, we out there and doing what we need to do for them when the time comes for them to actually leverage or liquidate their investment. They can do that. And this is a good thing because right now we have more investors coming in and start talking with our attorneys and try to get things going. And really, it's a good time. That's why right now we are busy almost 24/7 dealing with just documents, right? You want to brush on that?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's exactly what we're doing. There's not much to brush on, guys. We are busy working out deals, working out with different groups of investors, personal groups, individuals, and institutional. So that's what we've been really focused on, as you guys already know, right? So, but it's all about moving the whole business. You can't just forget. Work on one side, right? It's all about focusing on the entire company to move it. So, that's why it's important to bring you guys up on current events. And yes, we are working on investors, but we're also working on the other side of growing the coin value by working with Coinbase and working on some marketing and knowing where the market is and, getting our back end platform positioned with where the economics are moving with crypto. And that seems to be a big chunk down in South America. So, that's why we're going to get ready to position ourselves to understand how we can get involved down there. And obviously, as you heard, all the events going on in the U.S., so we're already in the right place here. So just making sure we sync up with Coinbase, which you guys can now, again, go search us on Coinbase, guys. We are on there, right? So, yeah, so very excited again, Sid. And you have anything else to say?
We are extremely, one thing that I wanted to because we've been watching on the news that Warren Buffett, the multi-billionaire as we know him, talking about cryptocurrency, the way he's been saying that cryptocurrency is what? Rat poison, he called it?
I believe that's correct.
Right. Now we found out that his company just put in over $500 million in Brazil in a digital bank. This is great news. So, like one guy was saying, is that don't listen to what they say, watch what they do.
Sure.
You see, because when you watch what they do, you'll find out this is something totally different than what they say. Sure. You see, and it's not the only one. There's so many other ones. They do the same thing. They get on the news or be out there talking, but on the back end, and they're doing something totally different than what they say on the news. Wow. So we have to, as people, we need to pay attention to what's going on around us. When the opportunity comes in, we need to actually weigh it out and see what's going on, and don't waste or don't wait for the right time, because there's no right time. Because like Bitcoin, it started what, less than a penny? Now it's about what, 38,000? That was back in 2008. Now, come on. You see, there's a trend there. You can see where it came from, how it started, and where it is right now. Who knows where it's going to be tomorrow? because so many experts coming on the news all the time saying by the end of the year, you'll be over $100,000. And we actually singing the same song.
Mhm.
Once we start funding our projects, right? What do we say? Our price will go up,
Mhm.
and that'll be automatic. You see that? So that's why it's a good time for people to come in and listen, pay attention to what's going on, so they can take advantage of the system the way it is now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this is a market, guys, that we're not even remotely close to peaking. I mean, it's just getting started, and you're having all the creative players come in that are going to build value to this thing just by them getting involved. We're talking about, you know, corporations that are going to continue to. They're too far invested now, guys, for crypto to drop. Right? They're all
Exactly.
not going to drop. I mean, so you know, people are in this thing for the long haul. When you get the banks involved, guys, you know, they're not going to let this thing go. It's in their best interest to keep it going. And you know, hey, look, at the same time, this is a peer-to-peer network. It's really about the coin holders that'll keep it going. But it doesn't really hurt to have the banks involved, you know, cheering for us now too, right? So this is going to be so. But now it's, you know, they're cheering for us from afar, right? They're trying to still figure out
Hmm.
how they're going to mainly benefit from it, and you know, they're not really
Hmm.
too concerned about the peer-to-peer part. But I think they're going to really realize that they really have to care about this side, which is the peer-to-peer side, to really get all the value of what they think they can out of it. So I think they'll finally come over to this side with the rest of us, and understand that this is something for everybody, that everybody can.
Everybody.
So we're almost there. So, but in any case, well said. Anything else you want to cover?
Well, I think we cover everything.
Yeah.
And we have, of course, we have some more coming up, but we just, for now, I think we cover enough for this video. And on our next video, we'll be talking about some of the good stuff that we are working on right now, because by that time, everything will be where we want it to be, you know, especially all with the investors and everything else. And that'll be a great video at that time. But for now, I think we cover everything for today.
Well, again, always my pleasure. And
Same here.
yeah, well, thank you very much. Thank you guys for watching the video, and for supporting us. And we look forward to continuing the journey with you. Thank you so much, Seth. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.